Remember, you can subscribe to my Mystery Portal subscription for more exclusive world predictions, mystery psychic readings, horoscopes, vouchers, and much more. The link is under this video and it's just £5.55 a month. So today I'm going to be discussing with you more predictions on what's going on with the war with Donald Trump and the US government in particular. Now, I see a build-up of events concerning war in general with the US. And I actually saw escalations and bombing of Syria and other IS headquarters in different countries in the Middle East. And I actually see this as a build-up of war. And the US have started their bombing on Nigeria, IS headquarters in Nigeria. They have also carried out some bombardment of IS headquarters in Syria, as that was actually one of my predictions for December, this 2025. I'm actually seeing more of these intermittent bombardments happening, especially in Iran. I know Trump did bomb Iran in 2025 briefly. I am seeing the US government deploy some more aircraft, troops into the Middle East areas, and I'm seeing this happening in the future. But I'm also seeing another bombardment of Iran. And you may be asking, some of you, why is this happening? What is actually going on behind this? Well, yes, IS, Islamic State, is one of the reasons the US are doing this. They're saying they are targeting the headquarters, HQs of these particular groups of people within Islamic State. But I'm actually seeing that there is another reason as well, and I'm seeing this to do with Iran and the resources that Iran have, the natural resources. So I am actually seeing which I predicted before, a Gulf War, which is the Persian Gulf. I'm seeing a third Gulf War happening. There's already been 1 and 2. I'm seeing that there will be a third Gulf War. And I'm seeing that this Gulf War will center around Iran, Syria, and other Arabic countries where Islamic State headquarters are. And a lot of countries in general want, they say this phrase, it's called, they want a delicious piece of Iran, because Iran has many resources. So I'm seeing many things hidden here where, especially with the United States wanting a piece of Iran. And there is going to be a lot of conflict between Islamic State and the US, and Islamic State and eventually NATO. I'm seeing NATO being drawn into this war as well. I'm also seeing, of course, something with the Statue of Liberty. Already we've had a Statue of Liberty blown over in Brazil, but I'm seeing an actual attack. This is going to be a terror attack of some sort on the Statue of Liberty in New York City. And I'm seeing this as actually being the catalyst for World War III. And when I say World War III, I'm seeing the start of a third Gulf War that will involve US, NATO, and Islamic State. So I'm actually seeing this will then escalate into some sort of world war, if you like, because there's also going to be wars in the Ukraine, Russia, Europe area as well, escalating. So these two wars will join to form one war. But there is a lot of oil and resources, gas, especially oil, gas, minerals in the Middle East area. And I'm seeing that this will actually be targeted by not just the US, but NATO and many countries. People have their eye, countries, governments have their eye on these resources. So it is not just about fighting against Islamic State, it is also about resources. if you follow the money, where the money is, that's usually where the wars will be. So wherever there is oil, gas, resources, that is usually where you get conflict over ownership of land. So it is going to be quite tense. I'm also seeing Israel involved as well. They have already had a conflict against Hamas, and Hamas have headquarters, HQs in Syria and Iran. So it's going to get very, very messy, and I'm seeing a gradual build-up. I'm not seeing an immediate war straight away, but I'm seeing a build-up of start-stop bombardments. And even when J.D. Vance is president, I'm seeing him continuing with this war. So if, when there is a third Gulf War, I'm seeing him, try to lead this or lead the war, or be involved in some way in commanding orders linked to that war. Although I see him more of a peacemaker, and I'm seeing him as someone that doesn't really want war and wants to have peace. So I'm actually seeing him not. He may give orders to bombard certain headquarters, but I'm seeing he's actually against like a full war. He's actually going to be more on the peace side of things, negotiation sides. He's a Libra moon, so that's in his energy field by nature. But he is also military, has military background with the Marines. So things could get very tense. And I would say the start of all of this, well, some say it has already started with the bombing of Nigeria, but the headquarters in Nigeria. But I'm actually seeing more of an escalation in 2026 going into 2027. So it's dragged out over a long period of time. It's not just sudden. I'm not sure the date of when the Statue of Liberty is attacked, but I am seeing that will be a massive catalyst. So it's going to be very, very political. There is, a lot of things that are hidden from us within this war, or this build up to this war. And I'm sensing there's going to be a very big scramble for ownership of lands, ownership of resources. And it could get very, very messy, especially in Iran. I'm seeing a lot of problems there with the build-up of war. And remember, when you look at presidents, so even if when Vance does take over, the president is just the puppet. There's so much going on in the background to pull the strings. There's so many things going on with, like I call a shadow cabinet, where they control quite a lot of this, the wars and things, finances, banking systems. So the president is always the puppet. They don't actually make the big decisions. Some presidents have an influence on things, yes, but with Vance, I'm seeing him kind of having to comply in the midst of this war and having to kind of see it through, but he's going to actually try to make peace with it, because I'm sensing he won't always agree with heavy bombardments. So this is my prophecy for a third Gulf War.